Hey, family. Just wanted to pop on again and talk about a couple of weeks back, we talked about the miseducation of a grown man. And I told you that I wanted to follow up with a video on the miseducation of a grown woman as well. And so just wanted to chime in and let's talk about this thing, man. Of course, I believe that these two are very, very similar, the miseducation of a grown man as well as the miseducation of a grown woman, because really we're dealing with the what actually shapes the perception of a grown woman in the eyes of a infant child, teenage male, and of course a grown man. And so I believe the foundation is, understanding what type of, woman that the child is being born into the world, that will give them care, and of course it could be a biological mother, it could be a stepmother, it could be a grandmother, it could be an aunt, it could be a cousin, it could be a family friend even that would cover that role in a child's life, because we do understand the many dynamics of our families. And it's very similar to our previous video. I think it has, everything to do with the type of, woman that's in a young male's life that is very, very impactful and influential on, his outlook on life, and, as far as the shaping of his emotions even, because, the female influence in his life is going to really be, responsible for shaping, his emotional side, because yes, true indeed, the woman really brings those things to a male, so that he could identify with the emotional side of things, because other than that, they're not really wired like that. And so if she was present and engaged and active in his life, and very much so, passionate about his growth and development, and basically showed him love and nurtured him and gave, really, really strong, mothering, then I believe that he has a chance to develop and really, he'll understand love and care, and that he could also trust a woman, based on the woman influence in his life, because it's really, really intricate for both children. But for the male child, if that woman, whoever that female figure may be in his life, if she's not available, and he feels, abandoned, that is really how, the attachment styles are developed in a child, and definitely, in a male child, because, when he grows up, because he's not wired to, have emotions running wild, he needs that foundation and that stability, so that he could really, really even have a sense of that, love is a real thing, and that starts from the mother, or the woman, or the female influence in his life. And so if she's not present and engaged and active in his role in his life, then he's going to have a tough time really, really developing the emotional side of his personality. And so the different type of woman, the grown woman versus the grown female, that's a very different thing, because now with, the times that we live in, the social media and all of the different influences that's out there, we have really seen a rise in, the grown female. A lot of young ladies that maybe they didn't have what they needed, emotionally, or parents that could speak into their life and really help them move along in a healthy way. They end up being insecure and don't know who they are. And so, they're being influenced by the social media, the rap culture, all of these things that's impacting them. And then, of course, the male, of course, a lot of those young men, if they wasn't nurtured and didn't have love, or somebody that really gave them great care, then yes, they're influenced by the social media and the rap culture. And what about if they raised up in an environment with a lot of misuse of substance, and the people around them engaging in illegal activity. All of these things can have a great impact on, the male. And then even with, let's say, a young lady that grew up and had all of these things that was impacting her life, then yes, we would see that she would grow up and she wouldn't have the best, example either. And so that is how a lot of, the separation between the mature female and the not so mature female, that is how that usually, coincide. And so, it's a very different thing when you didn't have what the grown woman, though. She actually would have a very different presentation, because she would be healthy and whole, and she would have a great foundation, and so that she would know how to nurture her child, and she would be one that would speak into their life and teach them and honestly help them develop a healthy emotional spirit and all of these things. And so and then even with when she becomes older, a lot of men could identify that she is a woman of character. She has great qualities about her. She would be loving. She would be have self-respect. She the way that she would conduct herself in life, it would definitely separate her from many times what we see with the grown female. A lot of looseness and not necessarily respecting your body, because a lot of times they don't know who they are, so they basically doing the best that they could with what they have, and but the grown woman, trust and believe, real men recognize the grown woman when he sees her, when he comes across her. And and listen to what I said, grown man recognizes her when he sees her, because that's very interesting. If she comes in contact with the grown male, that can be totally different, because we're dealing with where he's operating from versus the grown man, with the same difference in how the grown woman operates versus the grown female. So, I really wanted to just come and just kind of get the conversation started. Let's talk about any and everything. Let's get these things out in the opening, because many times we're just going through life, and many people are facing a lot of different things, but we really need to start opening up some of these topics that we really don't put much emphasis on, so that we can really have an opportunity to heal and to rebuild. And of course, I've always told you I'm very passionate about that. I want to see better for my people, my community. And so I decided that I'm gonna start with me and be the change that I want to see. And so so I'm just so delighted to hop on and to share with you all, once again. And so, like I always say, always live, always laugh, and always love. Life is what you make it. So yes, family, let's make it authentic. Organically me, Tamika, signing off. Until next time, be blessed.